People love to say engineers are very disciplined in the outside world, but let's take a step back into the inside world and really see what us engineers are really doing and why we cannot go to the next level of excelling. Because it's so common when you say you're an engineer to be seen as this individual that is super ambitious, super driven, super disciplined. But once we reach in that stage, we should not convert ourselves to what people are telling us, because we need to start achieving more. And that's what they don't tell us engineers, because there's not a lot of people that are engineers in society. And so we're seen as like the intelligent individuals, but we have to take a step back and look at ourselves as, okay, I want to continue improving. It's like looking at a business owner that is making 100K a month but doesn't have his family together. It's like, well, you need to figure that part out too. And so you can't always stick to the engineering title and not look at your other areas of life, because you continuously have to put yourself in an ambitious route. Because I'm sure for you to land your career, you went through that ambitious route of getting that degree, of getting that first job, of getting those experiences, and then getting to their position that you truly wanted. And so it's a matter of asking yourself, do you really want to stop now once you're at the age of 28, 29? Or do you want to keep excelling? And that's by looking at your other areas of life. And they don't tell you this about engineering, because they want you to put you in an exact confinement of who you are. Because ask yourself this as an engineer: sure, you're successful, sure, you're making a lot of money, but is your career what you're going to care about when you're 65? Or do you want to be healthy and play with your grandchildren? Is that what you really want? Because at the current rate that we are going, in terms of just focusing on a career, consuming a lot of caffeine, not getting our sleep in, just so we can get these tasks done, we're literally deteriorating our health by the second. And so you need to ask yourself, where do you exactly want to see yourself when you're 65? It's a genuine question you have to ask yourself. Because I'm sure when you wanted to become an engineer, you started planning that ahead. Oh, in 4 years, I need to get this degree done. In another 4 years, I want to get this position. I want to be in a senior executive role in another 5 years. But then when it comes to everything else, we don't necessarily think about it. If you constantly put your health off at 65, do you want to worry about your engineering career, or do you want to worry about being healthy with your grandchildren? It's about asking yourself priorities, because at the end of the day, you're more than an engineer. You're a father, you're a boyfriend, you're an adult, you're an individual that genuinely cares for your family. You're more than an engineer. You're a father. You have responsibilities in itself. And so for you to completely neglect yourself is indicating that you truly don't want to be there. Because at 65, you're not going to care about your engineering career. You'll worry about being healthy and playing with your grandchildren. And at the rate of you not caring about your health, consuming that extra bit of caffeine, not sleeping so you can get the task done, it's not going to show well when you're 65. And I'm just being brutally honest, because someone needs to tell you this. Because to the society, you seem successful as an engineer. But us engineers in a circle, we always need to continue being better. And don't confine yourself as someone that is just an engineer. Because truthfully, a lot of engineers that came into that career tend to be introverted. They tend to be introverted to ourselves, and we're confined to necessarily just thrive in a career. And so don't put yourself in a box thinking this is all you're meant for, because you're meant for more. And so ask yourself, are you making engineering your personality? If someone asks you, oh, what are you doing? Be like, I'm an engineer, I'm an engineer, I'm an engineer. At what point are you going to take that away and actually focus on the life in itself? Because one of the biggest things I hate is when people tell me, engineering is consuming my life. Engineering is so busy. My clients are engineers. They're not being consumed by their life. You're making it consumed by your life. And yes, in the engineering world, it's never a 9 to 5 because you have tasks on top of that. But for you to sit here and just accept the fact that you're letting engineering consume literally your body just makes no complete sense. You have to take control. You have to take control. Right? You need to set your boundaries. You cannot be a pushover. You cannot be a pushover. And that's so common. I have conversations with my clients, and they're like, oh, I get team messages at 7 p.m. I didn't see it. Oopsies. You have to set your boundaries, because sure, would that put you in a matter of, oh, you might get fired? Layoffs are at an all-time high. You're going to get fired anyways. Think about it. Oracle just laid off 30,000 people. Are we seriously worried about getting laid off? Because I promise you, the CEO of the company is not losing sleep or consuming an extra bit of caffeine to stay up to do tasks for you. He probably doesn't even know your name. And you're ruining your health for him. When in reality, your goals are more than an engineer. You want to go out more. You want to be there for your kids. You want to be there for your grandchildren. And so why would you neglect that for a company that doesn't even give a singular fuck about you? It's just a general reality. Sure, you have passion as an engineer. And I honor that. And I respect that, because I understand that. But it gets to a certain point where you can't put yourself last. Because if you put yourself last, there's no incentive for someone else to put yourself first. There really isn't at all whatsoever. And you have to come to a consensus of, where do you actually want to see? Where do you actually want to see yourself? Where do you actually want to see yourself in 20 years? Because at the end of the day, don't fall into the 30-year-old loop that a lot of people fall into, which is going to work, having the sedentary lifestyle. Because your joint pains, if you have joint pain at 28, which is very common, by the way, which is crazy to say, how do you think you'll feel when you're 65? Because an engineer, we're seen as someone that is disciplined, but if we aren't disciplined in taking care of ourselves, it just won't show. You have to vocalize all the time, I'm an engineer, I'm an engineer, I'm an engineer. But in reality, if you just walk into a room, would people take you serious if you're fat? It's a genuine question you have to ask yourself, because engineers are very ambitious. We want to be respected. We want to be, seen as someone that is disciplined. But if we don't show that in our physical trait, people are going to have trust issues. I mean, ask yourself, you probably know a jacked individual in your office that always shows up on time, that is more charismatic, that's more active with his thinking. There's a reason why that is, because he puts himself first. He really does put himself first. And so, on the flip side, just because your coworkers are fat doesn't mean you have to be fat. Let them have their ego and say, I'm an engineer, and live their life like that. But you want to be more. You're ambitious. Why does your ambition stop at 28 and just primarily focus on your career? Why does that exist? Cool, you're an engineer, but you need to be a jacked engineer. You need to be someone that is good with socially. You need to be an engineer that goes out. You need to be an engineer that takes care of his family. It's more than just an engineer. And so if you're clinging on to the title of engineer, that's not something to be proud of. Because it gets to a point where it's like, why did you want to get into engineering? Why did you become an engineer? Because you wanted to fulfill your passions, but you also wanted to give yourself stability to show up for people. And so if you're not in shape, if you don't show up for yourself, how can you expect to show up for someone else? How can you expect to show up for someone else? It just genuinely doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. And so if you go to your job and you don't have energy, you go to your engineering job and you don't have energy to do anything else, and you have to consume caffeine all the time just for your job, in what world do you think you're going to have time to go hiking? In what world do you think when you have kids, you're going to be able to take them to daycare? If you don't have energy just to function at your job. Sure, engineering is stressful. I understand, but I also work with clients and I know how it is. It's very manageable if you put yourself first. Because the reason you feel like it's busy is because you have brain fog, you're lethargic, and you can't get the job done in an efficient manner because you can't even function. I know how it feels. When I sat at a desk for 8 hours working, when I was working as an engineering intern, I couldn't, I wanted to kick something. It's not fun sitting at a desk. And so you have to put yourself first. Set your fucking boundaries. Set your boundaries. Don't let your job consume you. Because again, your CEO couldn't give a single fuck about you. It's the genuine truth. Because at the end of the day, they're business. They can fire you at any instant. It doesn't matter for them at all. And so genuinely ask yourself, sit there and ask yourself, in 20 years from now, where do you want to see yourself? As the senior level engineer that's out of shape, that can't take care of his grandkids? Or would it be no career at all and 65 playing with your grandkids? Which one would you prefer? You have the opportunity to make both work. Be an engineer that's jacked, that takes care of himself, that can show up for his grandchildren. That's the type of life that engineers should want. Because stop comparing yourself to society. You've achieved a 1% character trait. Engineering is not for the weak. And you've done that. And now you want to just sit back because people are praising you for being an engineer? In our community, we can't accept that. If you're an ambitious individual, stop flexing your engineering ring when you're 35. Because you're still clinging on to these people that flex it. Yes, you should be proud of it. You've learned the ethics, the laws that's required to be an engineer. Amazing. You have a responsibility, but that doesn't mean you flex it because you've let everything else go. We talk about peaked in high school. How about peaked in engineering school? Flexing your engineering ring fucking 20 years down the line. That's pathetic. Because you know deep down you let everything else go. You lost ambition. Because you capped your mindset when you were fucking 19 years old that I just want an engineering degree and get a senior level position and that's all I want. You never thought past that. You never thought past it. You never thought, I want to get in shape. I want to be more active. I want to go out more. You never thought of these things, and that's where you're limiting yourself. It's limiting beliefs. Because society can name you as successful, but as ourselves, we know we need to continuously get better, and we can't let that continue. And it's just a standard you have to raise to yourself. I mean, you probably know when you were in university studying and you see a psychology major, you had a different standard. You were in engineering. When you were working an engineering job and you see someone complaining about a job that's not as stressful, you had a higher standard. And so why does that standard only exist in your career, nothing else? Why don't you want to have a standard of being physically fit? Why don't you want to be the standard of being the most fit out of the 100 men that when you walk into a room? Why does it have to be only with your career? Why not with everything else? And you've been brainwashed. Because it's so common, like I mentioned, us engineers, we're introverted growing up. And so we've been boxed as that individual that's just smart. But you're more. You need to start focusing on the things that make you truly confident. Because there's so many engineers that I talk to on a day-to-day basis, they don't feel confident even walking into a room because they have their man boobs sticking out of a shirt. And so at what point are you going to stop confining into the ego when people tell you you're an engineer and you're successful and actually focus on improving the other things as well? Because that's what truly is self-improvement. Understanding that you constantly want to be better. Don't let people put you in a box. And that's the biggest thing you have to take into consideration, man. Like as an engineer, you're super ambitious. Don't let just your career be the thing you focus on. You're more. And you really have to confine that and structure it all together. And I know it's intimidating of putting fitness in, especially if you've never done fitness before. But I promise you, if you really get it going, it's much simpler, man. And if you want more videos, check the link in the description. There's more videos pinned. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot a DM on Instagram. I'm more than happy to do so. And check out for more videos, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.